Hello guys, welcome and welcome back again to another video. If you are new here, thank you so much. My name is Ify and you are welcome to Ify Angel. Please do well to subscribe if you've not done so yet. Turn on the bell notification so you don't get to miss any of our videos. And to my old and returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for being here. This Nigerian woman called her husband out for abandoning her and her child for 15 years. This man in question had been living abroad for over 20 years. She went back to Nigeria. You guys know what some of our brothers here do, right? They will go back to Nigeria and go and marry. And many of them are very, very wicked. Like, many of them are very heartless. They will go back to Nigeria and get married. That one is Nigerian wife. They will also come back here and get married here. That one is Oyibo wife. Whether Oyibo or a black, they will just marry another person here. That one will be wife for Europe. Then they will have another wife in Nigeria. These things have happened oftentimes that you cannot even keep count. Most of the time, they will blame it on paper. They will tell you that they have not gotten their documents, meaning that they will not come back to come and see the wife that they left in Nigeria. Many of them that agree that they have gotten their paper, those ones who go to Nigeria, get the woman pregnant, and then come back here in Europe to their wife, their European wife, and they will live like this for years. The woman in Nigeria will be in Nigeria raising the child alone. She'll be married, but she'll be living like a single person. Then the child will not know the father, except sometimes on phone calls. Many of them do not even have wife in Europe here, but because they do not want to bring their Nigerian wife, they will keep on making up excuses and excuses and excuses. Some will tell them that, okay, I am processing your documents, and before you know it, 1 year will go, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. At a point, the woman will just relax in Nigeria and say, okay, it's processing my papers and the issue is with the government. They will not know that the government of Europe has nothing to do with it, that the husband was lying to them all along. They will be in Nigeria, living like single, doing all sorts of things just to make ends meet. Many of the wicked men don't even send money. And when some send, they will not send enough money that will cater for the family, at least for the woman and the child or the children that she bore for him. Man will just be in Europe and every month he will just send them like 50,000 naira. And you ask yourself, in the Nigeria of today, what is 50,000 naira going to do in the life of a woman and her children? This woman will stay up all night nursing the babies. She will raise them, she will take them to school, she will, if there is school PTA meeting, she will go. If there is any requirement that is required in school, she will be the one that will attend this. Why the father stay in Europe here, living life like a single person, living life that someone that do not have responsibilities. Many of the men, the ones that have small conscience, those ones will send enough money to Nigeria for the wife and the children, but you will never ever see them. They will never ever come to perform their duties. They will never ever bring the children and the wife to abroad, at least for holiday. They will not do that because they don't want them here. He will just want them to be in Nigeria while he enjoys himself in Europe with other women, of course. These things have been going on for a very long time. All the man does is go back to Nigeria, give this woman belly, like impregnate her, and then come back to abroad. The woman will not church. She will carry the pregnancy alone. She will suffer everything that has to do with the pregnancy. She will give birth. She will nurse the baby. And when the baby is like 2 years, the man will go back again and impregnate the woman. That is just their job, to give the woman belly while the woman suffer. But you blame these men. I do not blame them. Honestly, I don't blame them. Because many of these women know that this man has no intention of bringing them abroad, or no intention of being committed in, like married man and married woman kind of commitment. The man was not ready, but the woman will go ahead and marry the man because he lives abroad. Many people love that idea of marrying someone that lives abroad, which is okay. It's okay to have the fantasy of getting married to someone that lives abroad, you know. Everybody wants good life. But when you are planning such thing, you have to make sure that abroad marriage is not the type of marriage that you will be in, and it will be as if you will be living like a single person and not like a married person. That is very important. Let me take myself as an example. At the talking stage with my husband, I asked him, even though I never really have the thought of living abroad, like I did not want to ever live abroad. Honestly, I didn't even know how I changed my mind. I didn't have that thought of living abroad. Like, I never even thought about it. But I love that idea of traveling abroad with my family, you know, coming to for holiday. I'm going back to Nigeria. If I had my way, I would be in Nigeria, honestly, because I love to stay in Nigeria. I love to live in Nigeria. But as a country girl was, and I was looking at Nigeria, and the country was moving, like it was going down in a very fast range. I had to tell my husband that I've changed my mind, because actually when I was talking with my husband, like when we were talking stage, I asked him, even though I did not have the idea of living abroad, but I asked him, if we get married, I will come and live with you, right? We'll go abroad. He said, yes, of course, if I want, you know. So he did not just say it. I saw things there were. I had to do my own investigation. I had to make sure that he actually had the means to bring me abroad here. So when he told me that, of course, he showed me everything that he could bring me if I want, you know. And I told him that I actually did not want to travel abroad. That would be a story for another day. I told him then. So he had to leave me in Nigeria, and then he comes home. Like, I stayed 2 years in Nigeria, and in that 2 years, my husband came home twice. So, I think 3 times, yeah? No, twice. Yeah, it was my own decision to live in Nigeria. When I decided that, okay, I've had enough, I need to leave this country, I told my husband, and he said, actually, I was telling you that time. So he started making my papers, and before you know it, it didn't take time, and my papers were out. In that period that I was in Nigeria, I did not take in. I did not have a baby. Do you understand? Even though I had all the assurance that, and I saw all the evidence, and he gave me all the assurance that I needed, that he would bring me if I want to come here. But I didn't have any baby until I came here. That same year that I came here, I took in that same year, and I had my son Jason. So what am I saying in essence? There are things that you can actually control. If it's things that is not under your control, then that would be different. But there are things that you can control on your own. Even at that young age, I was actually very young. Even at that young age, I was able to know, okay, this is what I want. This is what I want to do, because I see these things. I learn from other people's experiences. There are things that you can control. Those things that you can control, make sure that you control them. If there are things that you cannot control, you say, okay, these ones, I cannot be able to control these ones. It's beyond my control. It is different. I see them on social media say, oh, I'm not going to bring my wife abroad. If you bring your Nigerian wife abroad, they are going to chase you away. They are going to collect your house from you. They are going to push you out of the house. They are going to take over your properties. They are going to do this. They are going to do that. If you are not a bad person, if you are not a terrible husband, if you are not a terrible man, why are you scared that bringing your wife will make her push you out of the house? It's only a wicked man that will start feeling like, okay, if I bring my wife, he's going to chase me out of the house because of my wickedness. So you now that is saying that your wife will chase you out of the house, it is because you know within you, you don't need anybody to tell you. You know within yourself that you are not a good person. You know within yourself that you will not treat your family well. You know within yourself that the things that you do to your wife in Nigeria, you will not be able to do it to your wife here in abroad. So you don't want the law to take its full course on you. You just want to keep the woman in Nigeria and continue to oppress her and do things that you want to do to her in Nigeria, because you know that Nigerian laws do not work. Like, you can do whatever you want with that woman in Nigeria and nothing will happen to you. That is why you want to keep the woman in Nigeria while you stay here in abroad. Now tell me, what wickedness is more than leaving the mother of your child? And your child is not just, you are not only punishing the woman in this case that I'm explaining. This man is not just punishing the mother, that is the wife. He's also punishing the child this woman had for him. For 15 whole years, this man have abandoned this woman in Nigeria. This woman and her child. He totally abandoned them in Nigeria. When I saw that post, the first thing I asked the woman was, is the man still alive? Because like, I had to ask, there are things that you hear, you will not even believe it. I had to ask the woman, is the man still alive? She said yes, that the man is still alive, hell and hearty, like very alive. So what is the problem? Why did you leave your child in Nigeria for 15 years? Why did you abandon your child? Why did you abandon your wife in Nigeria for 15 years? You wasted 15 years of that woman's life. 15 years. Do you know what she could have accomplished in 15 years if she didn't get married to you? You left this woman, you abandoned her. After promising to be committed, you abandoned this woman for 15 whole years. And she was there waiting for you, thinking that one day you will change your heart and be a good husband and a responsible father. And you see them every day, you overlook it, you stay abroad here. If you give your child a good life, what will it take from you? Will it take anything from you? Instead, it will add to you. If you give your child a good life, it is going to add to you. Because if your child is doing well in future, it's to your own advantage. It's to your own advantage. It's to your own, like, you will be proud that this one is my child. So if it is not wickedness, why did you abandon your own children? Why did you abandon your child and your wife in Nigeria while you live here and abroad? Another thing I also want to talk about is that the woman, I also have some portions of the blame for her. Because why did she have to wait for 15 years before she realized that this man meant no good? Why did you have to waste 16 years of your life waiting for an irresponsible man? People, they try, yo. People, they try. 15 whole years. 15 years is a lot. It's a lot for you to just sit and wait for a man that do not care. An irresponsible father. Why did you have to wait for that man for 15 years? If you are watching me today, I hope you are learning. Do not allow things to happen to you before you learn. That is one thing about me. Learn from other people's experiences. Learn. Learn. Very important that you learn. Don't allow yourself to be in that position, because by that time, it may be too late. Look at this woman now, hopeless. And she has aged. She has got like 15 years out of her age. Do you know what it means? Because the opportunities that she had 15 years ago, she may not get those opportunities today. That is why you must not allow things to happen to you before you learn. Learn from other people's experiences. This is all I have to say today. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. If you've not subscribed, please do well to subscribe. Turn on the bell notification. Thank you, and see you all in the next one. Bye.